I woke up, went out onto the street to get into a taxi, and it just hit, and this was properly insane. It was really, really strong. I thought I was fainting, but then everyone else around me started falling as well, and buildings were crumbling down and people were crashing motorbikes and stuff, so it was pretty intense. It lasted about 2 minutes, I think, the first tremor anyway.
Those 2 minutes must have seemed like much longer, Justin, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it did stretch on, and in the first day alone, I think there was 50 aftershocks. There was an aftershock that felt like a proper earthquake in itself, but during the actual quake, I didn't feel like I was going to die or anything, but I was really worried the airport was going to be destroyed, because Nepal's so isolated that if the airport went, then everyone was in big trouble.
I mean, we're seeing scenes of utter devastation, but to be actually be in the middle of that and to experience it, was it really frightening?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't injured, thankfully, and a lot of the people, I was travelling alone, but you meet so many people that, do help you, and we were just trying to find, water, we were trying to find some food. I got lucky.
You must have felt luckier when the Foreign Office got in touch with you to say that you were booked on a flight to return home.
I got an email from the Foreign Office saying that if I could get to the airport within the hour, there'd be a flight, but the problem was the email was sent like 2 or 3 hours ago, so I thought I'd missed it, so I threw loads of money at a taxi driver, told him to speed to the airport. I got there, the airport was, it was busy, but the British desk was completely empty. They told me the flight had already left. But I hassled them, and they got on their walkie-talkies, and some official came down, and we ran through the airport, ran across a runway, and I got on the plane. I was the last one to get on. If it had been 30 seconds later, I wouldn't have got on it. Possibly
the most important flight that you've ever caught in your life, Justin. What were you thinking as you crossed that runway? Yeah, I mean, it happened so quick. The rest of the people on the plane had been going through the process of being evacuated for the last 24 hours, but for me, it's 30 minutes, literally, from being in the hotel to being on the plane. And it just still can't even believe I'm sitting here in Bangor in my house, and it just feels weird. It's quite the departure, literally, Justin, by the signs of things. We now know that over 6,000 people are dead, and that death toll, unfortunately, is expected to rise. So at some point, do you feel lucky to be alive? Oh, of course, I really do feel lucky to be alive, but at the same time I feel completely helpless and guilty at the same time that I am alive, because so many people have died, and they're saying to people over there, there are many people that want to stay and help, but they're just saying, please leave, because if you're not trained, then you're just diverting all the water and the food. It's the food and the aid, isn't it, that's taking the food and the aid that they so desperately need. Can I ask you how your family feel having you home? My parents were very distraught, so I think for them, more than anything, it was the right thing to do, to come home here and touch base with them for a couple of weeks or a month and just let them know that I'm okay. My mum and dad are thrilled that I'm home, Can I just quote you from Facebook? You talked about considering going to Malaysia, but figured you owed it to your mum to come home so she could see your bake, as you described it. Yeah, I mean, I could have went off to another country to try to relax and de-stress and sit on the beach, but I thought, even mentally for myself, I'd be sitting on a nice beach, but I'd just be on my own. And after all this stress, I think I need to just go down the street, have a pint with my mates, and just the things you take for granted in everyday life, just enjoy them. How does it feel to be home? It feels great. It wasn't in the script, I'm supposed to be in Asia travelling around. Just going to try to, eat, sleep, get my strength back, be healthy, just be grateful, see my friends, my family, and just take stock of all this.